Hi, my name is Lot, and in this video I'm going to share with you my methods. How do I work with clients? What do I use in the process? Like, subscribe, and share. So first of all, you see a logo. The logo says intuitiv.me. Well, that's self-explanatory. I use a lot my intuition. I'm an intuitive person. I use it not just in my work, but in life in general. Sometimes things just come out, and I did not understand at first what was happening until I discovered this is channeling. This is my soul speaking through me, bypassing my mind, which is very important because the mind is a computer who looks at results from the past and tries to make a new calculation for what's happening now. But as we all know, results from the past are no guarantee for the future or even for the present. So that's why I'm very blessed to have this thing working for me. The channeling can also be more conscious, meaning that I do go in a meditative state and then I let the soul speak. One of the services I offer utilizing this is soul answers. When people have one or multiple questions that they do not manage to get an answer to, my soul in such a session will connect with their soul and they will get the answer that their soul wants to give them. It may not always be the answer that your mind wants, that you think you want, but what your soul is saying, this is what you need to hear now. One example is that one client only needed to hear that she already knew everything. The only thing she had to do now was start acting, doing something with all that knowledge that she had already gathered. And I was at first like, oh, but I'm not really answering the question. But the client was like, you're right, I know this. Thank you for confirming it. Well, happy client. I also utilize sometimes family constellations. If I'm working with a group, it's easy, I do the traditional family constellation with people representing and so on. But there's another method which you can do in a one-on-one, which is on paper. I will not dive into the details, but it has the same effect as a regular family constellation, but with the big benefit that you do not need a group of people, whether they're not available at that specific moment, or you may not be comfortable having other people around while working on yourself. Energy healing. I have been using this for almost 2 decades now, and some may call it Reiki, some call it differently. I just call it energy healing. Sometimes I do use my hands, sometimes I do it remotely, sometimes in the same space, but without touch or even moving. It's not something I do often, but I do it when I feel it's really needed. And although my philosophy is, I want you to do the work on yourself, because it's your life, you need to take the steps to move forward. There are cases where you may need this support so that you can start to take the steps yourself. And this is something I realized recently by simply remembering how I needed some energetic healing to get me to the point where I could start to take the steps by myself and learn how to work on myself. And the energetic healing can be for a physical pain, can be for an emotional pain, can be related to energies built up or stuck in you, maybe who invaded you or invaded your space, like when I do the cleaning of a space, of a home. You already have heard the word meditation. Well, I do also use meditation. So I can, for example, start a meditation together with the client in a one-on-one or in a group session. This can help to relax the mind, relax the body. And from there being able to hear your inner voice, or to become open to new perspectives on your situation. I also use grounding. And grounding is just one part of this aspect, like the literal grounding. You can do it in nature, you can do it even flying in an airplane. And that helps you to be back in your body, not flying all up there. And I can combine that with cleaning, recharging, and shielding. And by the way, I do offer a course for that specifically, because these are several techniques you need to practice in training, and then you need to practice in your daily life and integrate it. Certain aspects I work on with my clients, because you may ask, okay, when should I come to you? Because these are the techniques you're using. You may resonate with them, or some of them. Well, if you have a blockage and you want to get past it in your life, I do help people to break through the blockages, to break through the walls, whether you build them yourself or they were erected by the people around you. So breakthroughs, blockage removal, trauma healing. We all have had experience in our lives that traumatized us. The death of somebody we loved. In some cases, witnessing a death of an unknown person, but it can be traumatic. Things people have said to us at a certain moment that created a blockage, or that made us feel unsafe, uncomfortable, insecure, weak, not worthy. Sexual trauma is another one I work on. Basically, most things related to sexuality. Your experience of sex, how you do experience your sexuality, which is not just the act of sex, but your sexuality in general. Related to this is another aspect, which is the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. We carry both of them in us, but depending on if you are a man or a woman, one of them is the dominant one. And having these out of balance creates all kinds of problems in your life, in your relationships, money-wise, in your sexuality. So this is something very important to keep in mind. If you feel any imbalance there, contact me. And one more thing that I offer is mentoring. Mentoring is different from coaching. Mentoring is that we have a meeting once every month, for example, to see where you stand on the journey that you have planned, probably yourself, or maybe we did something together, but I assist you in that. But it's you doing your thing, you walking your path, and you just want from time to time to touch base, to have someone help you see what you overlooked, what you're missing, see if you need to make some adjustments, or simply sometimes wanting to review things and feeling comfort in doing that together with someone. During mentoring, I share a lot from my own experience, whether it's in the corporate world, where it is as an entrepreneur, where it is as in relationships. I hope that this video answered some of your questions, gave you some clarity, and if you resonate with me, with my way of working, then contact me or refer me to someone that you feel would benefit from working with me. I wish you a wonderful day. Like, subscribe, and share.